Imagine returning to a home you thought was lost forever, and finding the one person you mourned for years, alive. Not only that, but they've been protecting your son in secret, hiding truths buried by your own mother. What would you do? The black luxury car moved slowly through the wet city streets. Rain dripped from dark clouds, pooling into puddles that reflected the neon glow of billboards. Inside, Mr. Johnson, 35, sat rigidly in the back seat, arms crossed, staring out the window but not really seeing anything. His dark blue suit was immaculate. His shoes shone so brightly that the streetlights reflected off them like mirrors. Beside him, a leather briefcase bulged with contracts and property deeds, a symbol of an empire he had built from nothing. On the outside, he had it all: money, influence, success. But his eyes told a different story: empty, haunted, searching. A life that had achieved everything on paper, yet had lost everything that mattered most. "Mr. Johnson will be there in 20 minutes, said Mr. Thompson, his driver voice calm and measured. "Good," Johnson replied softly. "Let's get this over with." The abandoned house appeared gradually, looming in the distance. Once magnificent, the paint now peeled, vines crawled up its pillars, nature reclaiming what man had built. Memories hit him like a tidal wave, laughter echoing through empty halls, arguments that never seemed to end, nights he spent alone wondering what had gone wrong. The last time he had been here, tragedy struck, or so he thought. His wife, Nia, had been reported dead in a horrific accident. His world had collapsed around him. Today, he returned for documents his mother insisted he retrieve, but deep down, he felt something more. A strange mixture of dread and hope. The car stopped. Movement in the yard caught his eye. A young boy, about 10, with caramel skin, ran across the grass. He froze as he saw the car. Johnson's heart skipped a beat. That boy resembled Nia so much. Could this be his son? The front door creaked open. Nia Johnson, alive. She held a basket of laundry. Her hair pulled neatly back, dress faded but clean. Her eyes widened as they locked with his. Time seemed to freeze. The city noise, the rain, everything melted away. Only he, the woman he mourned, and the boy who might be his son remained. "Nia," his voice trembled. "Mr. Johnson." Her voice was barely a whisper, disbelief written across her face. I thought you were gone," he said, struggling to keep his voice steady. "I thought I was too," she replied softly. He stepped out of the car slowly, each footfall, heavy with memories and emotion. He noticed the home she had built in his absence, small, modest, but cared for. Overgrown garden, but orderly. Every corner whispered resilience, survival. The boy ran toward him, arms wide. "Dad!" Johnson froze for a moment, then lifted him into a strong embrace. The warmth of life, of love, hit him like a tidal wave. Tears pricked his eyes. Nia watched silently, the years of hiding and protecting, their son visible in every line of her face. "Why? How?" he finally asked, voice trembling. She lowered the laundry basket, hands shaking slightly. "It's complicated. Your mother, she forced me to disappear. She said I was dead. I had no choice. I had to protect our son." Johnson's blood ran cold. His own mother, trusted, loved, had buried a secret for decades. I mourned you for years," he whispered. "I never gave up." "And I never stopped hoping you'd come back," Nia replied. The storm outside mirrored his emotions. Anger, relief, disbelief, a mixture too heavy to name. "I want to know everything," he said firmly. Nia led him inside. The small living room was humble but warm, filled with small signs of love. A hand-knitted blanket, A few framed photos, toys neatly placed on the floor. Eli sat quietly at the table, coloring a picture of a sun and tree. Hours passed as Naya revealed everything. She spoke of the accident, the lies, the letters, the legal manipulations, the years spent hiding their son from a mother-in-law who had tried to control everything. Each word struck Johnson like lightning. Every detail, every secret, reshaped the man he had been. He learned how Nia had fought every day to survive, how she had kept their son safe from a world that would have exploited him, how she had built a life of love in the shadows. And slowly he realized the depth of betrayal from the one he trusted most, his own mother. The realization shook him, but alongside it came a sense of relief. The love he thought he had lost had endured. Night fell. Rain pelted the windows. Johnson sat with Nia, holding Eli between them, drinking in the moment that had seemed impossible. He reflected on his own mistakes. Years of grief, anger, and absence. The wealth he had amassed meant nothing without the people he loved. He vowed to make things right, no matter how difficult. Over the next weeks, Johnson worked tirelessly to reconnect. There were confrontations with his mother, emotional reconciliations with Nia, and patient, loving moments with Eli. Every step was a challenge, navigating betrayal, rebuilding trust, and learning to love a family that had survived, against all odds. He also began repairing the house, transforming it from a place of abandonment into a home filled with laughter and life. Each wall painted, each corner cleaned, each garden bed tended was symbolic, a rebirth, a reclaiming of what was lost. Months later, the three of them, Mr. Johnson, Nia, and Eli, stood on the porch. Sunlight broke through the clouds, illuminating the yard. The house no longer seemed abandoned. It was alive, full of hope, warmth, and love. Johnson looked at his family and realized something profound. Life had given them a second chance, a chance to heal, to rebuild, and to protect what truly mattered. For Mr. Johnson, wealth and success were no longer measured by buildings or contracts. They were measured by the love he had fought so long to reclaim. The story ended with a sense of peace and hope. Love endured, truth prevailed, and family, though tested, had triumphed.